additional documents. Demonstration of your academic preparation, such as transcripts, diplomas, degrees, or certificates from schools you attended. Standardized test scores required by your U.S. school. Your intent to depart the United States upon completion of the course of study. How you will pay all educational, living and travel costs. F-1 visa interview. At the F-1 student visa interview, digital fingerprints will be taken during the interview and put on file. Consular officials will determine whether you're qualified and have met all the requirements to be approved for the requested visa category. After the interview, your visa may undergo further administrative processing, which is resolved within an estimated 60 days after the interview. Upon approval of the F-1 student visa, you can check visa processing time to estimate how long before the visa is ready for pickup or delivery date. Canadian and Mexican commuters. The F-3 visa is designed specifically for Canadian and Mexican citizens who wish to study in the United States but maintain their place of residence. Students are required to study at an accredited community/junior college, vocational school, or university that is located 75 miles from the U.S. land border port of entry. Students cannot reside in the United States. F-1 student visa work permit. Students on an F-1 visa are not permitted to work off campus in their first year. However, they can work on campus under certain regulations. After a student's first year, they may engage in certain types of employment off campus provided that it is related to their area of study. Curricular Practical Training, CPT, you can work on CPT either full-time or part-time. Optional Practical Training, OPT, pre-completion or post-completion, while school is in session, you may only work 20 hours per week. Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, STEM, Optional Practical Training Extension, OPT. F-1 visa to green card. Many people that enter the U.S. through work, family, or school often seek to make this country their permanent home. However, going from a non-immigrant visa to an immigrant visa, green card, isn't as easy as it sounds, especially for certain visas. This is because of an attribute known as dual intent, which is the ability for the holder of a certain visa to pursue lawful permanent residence while under non-immigrant status. While some visas have dual intent such as the H-1B and the L-1, others do not. The F-1 is one of these unfortunate few. Applying for a green card under F-1 status may not only result in your green card getting denied, but it will also be considered a violation of status and may result in a temporary bar from re-entry into the United States. So the question is, can you get a green card if you entered the U.S. under F-1 status? The answer is yes, but it's not a matter of transitioning straight from an F-1 to a green card. The first thing a student would need to do is change his or her status to a different non-immigrant visa that has dual intent, which is permitted under F-1 status. Some options to consider are the H-1B, E-1/E2, L-1, and O-1 visas. If you qualify for any of these visas, then it's a matter of filing or having your employer file an I-129 petition along with the fees and supporting documentation. In the case of the H-1B, you will likely have to contend with the annual lottery, which has certain specifications. Once you've obtained your dual intent visa, you will be able to immediately file for your green card. You will have to choose which green card best fits your qualifications. If you are a young student with very little work experience, then you may want to consider the EB-3. If you went to school later in life and have gotten a master's degree, the EB-2 may be better. Once you or your employer files the green card petition, you will need to wait until your priority date is current. This is the day that the USCIS obtains your petition. You should be checking the monthly visa bulletin provided by the Department of State. Once the final action date for your green card and country of origin matches or passes your priority date, your date will be current and a visa number will become available. At this point, you have two options. Since you are already in the U.S. under a non-immigrant status, you will be able to simply file an I-485 to have your status adjusted. This takes an average of 6 months and can be costly. On the other hand, you can elect to go through consular processing, which would require you to complete a DS-260 application and take it to the U.S. consulate or embassy in your home country for an interview. This may seem inconvenient, but it could be the faster option depending on the caseload of your consulate. If your I-485 is approved or your consular interview goes well, you will be granted lawful permanent residence and your green card will be mailed to you.